Yo people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Been a little while since I last filmed a video and you guys have listened to a video from me. A little bit of a hiatus. I think the last video I did was my back session I did with Abu at EP. I've seen Nathan film that for us. He's back on the cam today, so yeah, good to be back on YouTube, man. As always, let me know what videos you guys want to see in the comments, what you know what you want to see from me in regards to content, more vloggy style stuff, more informational stuff, more training, raw videos, etc., and so on and so forth. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to being back behind the cam. Today's video is just going to be a little bit of a catch up with me, talk a little bit of kind of the phase I'm going through in a minute, kind of where my training's at, what my protocols are, kind of the direction I'm going in, what my goals are for this next year or so, and yeah, have a little bit of an update on my fitness journey, kind of what's going on in my life at the minute. But yeah, I'm also going to get a back session in. I'm going to finish up this pre-workout meal now. I've got 100 grams of oats in here. I've got about 200 grams of fruit, 15 grams of honey, and 40 grams of whey. So I'm going to finish this meal up, and then I will catch you guys in a little bit once I've finished this. So just finished up that meal now. I think I'm gonna head over to the gym in about 40 minutes, maybe a little bit sooner. Obviously not a massive meal, so don't need to wait too long for that. I make up my pre and probably make some electrolytes in the intro as well. But yeah, as for now, so if any of you guys watched my previous videos, I've been bulking and in a gaining phase for a while now. So I competed twice last year, both men's physique shows in the UK. I think my last show was in October, which was the British finals. After that, pretty much straight after that, like a week after, I had a week layoff, and then we went straight into a gaining phase after that. So kind of mine and my coach's idea and kind of perspective and goal moving forward was for me to put on as much tissue as I possibly can over this next year and a half before I go into my next competitive season. So I am now, what are we in, July, October, November, December, 8-9 months into my off season, and I put on quite a lot of weight from that first check-in date post show till now. I think I was probably low 80 kilos straight after my show back in October last year, and I am now 108 kilos as of yesterday. So what's that, not far off 30 kilos of weight gain. So yeah, it's a considerable amount of weight that we've gained from them, and it's been like pretty fucking damn successful last 7 or 8 months or so. So in terms of protocols, direction, everything has got me up to this point. So my training hasn't been much more different than what you'd see from your typical bodybuilder or a guy who's kind of structured with his weight training. So I train 5 days a week at the minute, 2 rest days. My rest days generally stay the same throughout the week, just so I am able to recover well between my sessions and train my next muscle group without being too sore. And I'm able to, split that weekly volume up between them sessions. So at the moment, I've got push on a Monday, so chest, delts, tris on a Monday. I've got back, raise and buys on a Wednesday, rest Tuesday. I've got chest, calves and hamstrings on a Thursday, and then rest Friday. I've got shoulders and arms on a Saturday, and then I've got quads and back on a Sunday. So I'm training all muscle groups twice a week except for legs, and my legs is just split into hamstrings and quads. So hamstrings on a Thursday and quads on a Sunday, just because obviously being a men's physique, there's less emphasis on the legs. Obviously we still want to keep a balanced physique from top to bottom, but with less emphasis on the legs, there's no need for us to train it twice a week. I'm very much in the mindset of my training with 2 muscle groups a week is a lot better for me than training in the bro split or typical 1 body part per week. I just find that having that weekly volume split up throughout the week, I'm able to train really hard, do the max amount of recoverable volume that I can do in 1 session, and then I'm able to hit that muscle group again in 2, 3, 4 days, rather than me waiting a 7-day cycle before I'm able to train that muscle group again. So that's been kind of the training emphasis that's worked really, really well for me up until this point, and that's going to be the same approach as we move forward over this next 6 months or so. So that's been training protocols. And then nutrition has, sorry, you can hear shouting, the dogs are going mad in the other room. But in terms of nutrition, protocols have varied obviously since the start date, like we've been very incremental with calories from the start. So I think back end of last year, I was probably sat around the 3,000 calorie mark, maybe a little bit higher, as we did jump into a little bit more of an aggressive calorie surplus, as we knew kind of the goal was for us to put on as much fat tissue as possible, and there was no point kind of being in that post-show phase and taking things really, really slowly when it was inevitable that I was going to end up putting on the amount of body fat that I wanted to anyway, as we push through this gaining phase. I think that's something, if you're in kind of that post-show phase yourself, or you are someone who's coming out of a diet and moving into a gaining phase, like a lot of people want to try and hold on to that condition for as long as they possibly can and stay pretty lean as they're moving into the gaining phase, where obviously don't be super sloppy and put on a shit ton of body fat straight away. It's not going to do you any good. But I think if you're able to make the most of that initial response after a dieting phase, where your body's like, right, I need this fucking food, like, let's go, I'm ready to start putting in the food in, I want to take my training performance up again. If you can make really good positive strides in that phase, you're going to find it so much easier as you move forward over the next couple of months. So that's something that we did, and then incrementally over this next year or so, we've just been, continuing to drive forward with the food. So I'm now sat at like 5,300 calories, I think, on a training day. So it's a decent amount of food. I think if I start to get any higher, like towards the 6,000 calorie mark, then it's going to get fucking tough. But to be fair, weight's been moving the way we want it to. Training performance is exactly where I need it. So I don't see me going too much higher than where I'm at now. But again, it's all dependent on the physique and kind of where check-ins are moving forward. On a non-training day, I'm a lot lower, so I'm like 1,000 calories lower on a non-training day than my training day. Obviously, the training day is higher just to meet the energy demand for training, also to keep that recovery response there and just make sure I'm feeding properly throughout the day. So yeah, that is my nutrition protocols. In terms of what the plan is over this next like 6 months to a year, so obviously did the shows last year, we moved into this gaining phase for this year now. My plan is to compete again in April 2025. So that gives us what will probably be another, we're in July now, so August, September, October, November, December. I'm probably talking another 3 months, maybe, of being in a fully fledged gaining phase, in terms of like, we're putting the food in, training performance is driving, and I'm not too worried about kind of my actual physical look at this moment. The main thing is me just trying to put on as much muscle tissue as I can. And if I get a little bit of body fat comes with that, then it's not an issue. Whereas when we come up to November, December, we will probably start to taper down on the food. We'll start to pull things back slightly, make sure I'm not in too bad of a state in terms of my body composition. So when I move into prep, which will probably be at the start of 2025, so in January, I imagine I'll start prep, which will give me around the 16 to 20 week mark before my show date. So prep will start at the beginning of 2025 for my show date in April. So I've got like 3 months after this gaining phase to really fucking go ham, go balls to the wall, and put on as much muscle tissue as I can over this next few months. But yeah, it's been, I think for anyone who has never done a gaining phase before, or like a fully fledged bulk, someone who maybe holds condition or has been lean for a while and is a little bit scared of kind of getting out of shape and putting that body fat on, like from me and from anyone else who would tell you who's like put on a decent amount of muscle over years, like do it, just go for it, dive in, go ahead first, because like you're not gonna ever get to the results that you want, or ever gonna be able to put on as much muscle tissue as you want, unless you fully commit to being in a gaining phase. Although like your look will suffer for a period of time, you'll thank yourself in a year or 2 years time when you're out the back end of it, you put on the muscle tissue you want. And when you come down to cutting again, when you come to that prep or whatever it is, whether you're doing a photo shoot prep, or you're just prepping for holiday, or you just want to be in shape, you're going to feel so much better that year because of the sacrifice you made the previous year bulking and making them sacrifices to put on the muscle tissue that you need. So yeah, so far everything has been moving the way we want it to, fingers crossed. I am able to stay injury free, etc. And the back end of this year is really, really good. But I'm super excited to step on stage again next year. Obviously me and my coach have got big goals, big aspirations. Like my goal is to be an IFBB pro. So hopefully we are able to do it in my first competitive season in the NPC next year. But as I said, I know how big of a step up it is from my competition last year. Like the benchmark is high. I've seen the standard. Like the guys are unbelievably good. Like you'll see a lot of people like saying it's super easy to get a pro card these days because there's so many shows you can win pro cards at. But if you go and watch and see what the standards are like in real life, like it's fucking not easy. That's why 1% of bodybuilders are right for you pros, and the huge amount of bodybuilders that aren't because of how competitive. So I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's going to be hard, but you know, I'm putting in this hard work now and the grind now. Like we believe that I've got the shape and the structure, and you know, we just want to make sure we come in right for next year. And fingers crossed, man, we're in a good place. But yeah, I'm not going to leave it as long between the last video and this video as I do for my next video. I'm going to keep these rolling out moving forward as much as I can. Obviously got Nath here on a video, so we will be linking up to get these fired out. Obviously, as I said, you guys let us know what you want to see from me. But yeah, man, I'm super excited for this next 6 months or so. Obviously get as much content as I can, keep you guys up to date on the journey, and yeah, peace. I will catch you guys at the gym probably. I'm just going to make up my pre and intro as I said now, and yeah, I'll catch you guys over there. I shall start with I'm not even sure. Obviously, if you guys can't already tell, I'm in my apartment gym, so semi-limited with equipment, but I've had a few sessions in there over the past couple of weeks like when I've been locked for time and that, so yeah, we're gonna make it work. Dumbbell rack only goes up to 30, so it's a bit meh, but we've got some cables, a couple of pull downs, rows and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start with a chest supported dumbbell row, I think, and then we'll move from there. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of delts as well in today's session because I hardly touched them the other day, so yeah, man. That actually moved fairly easy. I haven't done these in a very long time, so again, only goes up to 30, so I reckon I'll get a good amount on there. Probably have to do a little bit higher volume, but again, we'll see what moves. So yeah, man. Fuck. I think I ended up with 15 on that, which I will take. Again, didn't bring my wraps and my hands are fucking mad slippy. But I'll take 15 on that. Probably do another couple of sets on there and then move on. Full stop. Oh, shit. Yep, let's go. Yep. Oh, my fucking arms are mashed. Damn. Yeah, that is a wrap on today's video. Obviously, just wrapped up the session. I don't with back and delts. Good session to be fair. Obviously training in kind of home gym, in this apartment gym. So pretty limited with equipment, but we've got a cable pulley, got dumbbells. So you know, if you're training in a gym near to you, or you know you've only got a set of dumbbells at your house, you can make workouts working with limited equipment. Just keep that intensity high. Keep driving in. You know, again, like I said, that intensity, that volume, until you're anywhere near failure in it, and you'll be good. But yeah, that was a solid session. That obviously had a little catch up with you guys earlier in terms of kind of where I'm up to at the moment with my journey. Like I said, if you want to see any certain type of videos, anything you want me to kind of get pumping out content wise moving forward, then drop it in the comments below. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys very soon, man.